Hi there. There's a formula that we use when we are looking for buy-in of any kind. And we use it as a pitch deck if you're looking for investors or venture capital or any kind of those kind of projects. However, we've also found it's incredibly useful anytime that you're looking for any kind of stakeholder buy-in, whether it be a listing presentation or a recruiting appointment or anything else. And so let me take you a little bit through this. The first thing is we want to start off with an objective. What are you trying to accomplish? You want to state that in plain English. You want to make sure that it's clear and concise and gets you have a clear point of what you're trying to accomplish when you're trying to get buy-in. The second thing is you want to have some evidence. Make this data really high level and super relevant, right? This is something that you want to connect your objective with some evidence of why the objective is important, right? The third thing is benefits. We want to get into why are we wanting to do this? What's in it for them? Really focus in on what the benefits are to the person that you're sitting across from. The fourth one, we want to back up that benefits with data. We want stats and data to back up each of the different benefits for them. We want to prove this to them. It's not something that's just going to be whimsical and something that we're going to promise. We want to actually add some evidence behind it, right? And this formula, as we go through it, is going to combine both the emotional pull, which is how we make decisions as human beings, and also the logical pull, which is how we reinforce those decisions and feel good about them going forward. The fifth thing that we want to look at is challenges. What are going to be the problems? What are the potential issues, roadblocks that are going to come up in this process? We want to talk about them right up front and be very clear about that. Six, what are the solutions to those obstacles? If those obstacles come up or when they come up, how are we going to handle them? What are we going to do? Are we going to deal with it in a communicative way? Are we going to, do we have already anticipated it and make sure that we have reserves in the bank if things are going to cost a little bit more, go over budget? What are the obstacles? What are the solutions, right? The seventh thing is accountability. It's important to talk about who is the champion? What's the what's the metric that we're going to use to measure success? What are the things that are going to be really important for the other person to be able to make sure that we're staying on track and that we're staying on track? We want this to be, anytime we talk about accountability, we want it to be transparent. We want transparency in the accountability so that everybody knows exactly what's going on at any given time. That's when true accountability exists. That's where you're going to see the acceleration of results in any kind of endeavor when that kind of transparency exists. The eighth thing is going to be implementation. When we do a project schedule, we're going to do it with timelines and we're going to do it with who's responsible every time. It's not just going to be a bullet item on a list. It's got to have a time and a date associated with it, as well as who's going to be responsible for that so that everybody knows and everybody's on the same page. Now, if I'm working with investors or if I'm working with a business partner, I'm going to go ahead and list what my responsibilities are, what their responsibilities are. If I'm going to be working with a listing presentation, what are the seller's responsibilities? What are my responsibilities? And what are the dates that we're going to have those accomplished with? We're partners in this. We're partners in this deal, right? Whether it be a business deal, whether it be a transaction deal, or whether it be somebody's career as somebody comes on to your brokerage or your team and you're helping them with their career, with their business development. The ninth thing is going to be follow-up. What steps we put into place to measure and gauge success? We want to make sure that we're following up and reminding people and our partners on this journey of the things that we've been able to accomplish, when we've been able to accomplish them, and then remind them that we were able to accomplish them, because that's going to reinforce value. And we're going to do that in a way that is purposed, and we're going to do that in a way that creates a wow experience, because when we create wow experiences, we create referrals. I really hope that this formula provides incredibly successful for you and your business. Thanks for taking the time to check it out.